In this video, let's look at the exponent rules that we defined in the last video and apply them to some examples. So let's first look at example 1, 4y to the fourth z over 2y squared z cubed. So first of all, we know how to deal with our 4 divided by 2. It just becomes 2 on the top. Straightforward enough. Alright, the next one, the y to the fourth divided by y squared, they're like bases. I'm going to circle those. So that corresponds to rule number 2 on the board, which says if we're dividing like bases, we subtract their exponents. So that becomes, switch that back, y to the 4 minus 2, or just 2. Now we see our bases that are the same with the base z, and we have z over z cubed. Well, we do the same thing. We subtract the bases, but that's going to give us a negative exponent on the top, and we want it to be a positive exponent always. So instead, we will subtract the exponents on the bottom, and that leaves us with z to the 3 minus 1, or z squared. So that's the simplified answer for example 1. Easy enough. Now let's look at it for example 2. Alright, so now we have a base product inside parentheses raised to the third power. So if we look at our rule number 4 on the board, we distribute that 3 to all the factors inside the parentheses. So that's going to be p cubed and then s squared cubed. That's what's happening on the top, and I can do the same thing with the 2 on the bottom. So that becomes p to the negative 2 squared s squared. Alright, now we have these two cases where we have exponents raised to exponents. So if we look at example 3, we realize that when that happens, we just multiply our exponents. So that's p cubed s to the 6th, because we multiply the 2 times the 3. And on the bottom, we get p to the negative 4 when we multiply those exponents, s squared. Okay, we're getting closer. Now, before I start subtracting exponents, because I'm dividing like bases, I'm going to deal with that negative exponent. And so I'm going to move it to the top, and it's going to become p to the 4th, p cubed, s to the 6th, all over s squared. Good, good, good. Now, on the top, I have like bases that I'm multiplying together, the p to the 4th and the p cubed. And so remember, when I have that case, so that's example, or rule number 1 above, I add the exponents. So that becomes p to the 7th. Now, I have like bases with my s, and I'm actually dividing them, so in the bigger powers on the top, so I subtract on the top, and I get s to the 4th. And that is the final answer of example 2 simplified.